Let's summarize what we have learned with respect to arithmetic progression using some examples. So we are given A is equal to 6 and D is equal to 3. A is the first term, D is a common difference. Then we just start with A and then we keep adding D to the subsequent terms. So we get 6 plus 3 9 plus 3 12 plus 3 15 and so on. Now let's look at the next one. A is equal to 6 and D is equal to minus 3. So here what do? We start with 6 as the first term, then we add minus 3. So 6 plus minus 3. So now onwards we can directly do subtraction rather than saying plus minus. So we get 6 minus 3 3 minus 3 0 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 minus 6. So that's how it goes, the sequence. Now let's say A is equal to 1.0 and D is equal to 0.1. Then our sequence is 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and so on. Now if A is half and D is 1.5, then we start with half plus 1.5 is 2. 2 plus 1.5 is 3.5. 3.5 plus 1.5 is 5. 5 plus 1.5 is 6.5 and so. Here remember we have these formulas which we have seen. A sub n, that is the nth term, is equal to the first term plus n minus 1 times d. The sum of n number of terms is equal to n times a plus the last divided by 2, where L is equal to a plus n minus 1 d. And the mean is equal to a sub I plus a sub n plus 1 minus I by 2. So these things we have already seen. What would be the 40th term in this sequence, in this arithmetic progression? So we use this formula. So A is 6 plus n minus 1, that is 40 minus 1 times D, that is 3, which is equal to 6 plus 39 times 3, which is equal to 123. What about the 40th term of this sequence? Again, using the same formula, we get A sub 40 is equal to 6 plus 40 minus 1 times minus 3, which is equal to 6 minus 39 times 3, which is equal to minus 111. The 125th term in this sequence, in this arithmetic progression, we have A is 1.0 plus 125 minus 1 times 0.1, which is equal to 1 plus 124 times 0.1, which gives us, if we multiply this, we get 12.4 plus 1, which is 13.4. 15th term in this sequence, we get A sub 15 equal to A, that is half, plus 15 minus 1 times D, that is 1.5. 15 minus 1 is 14. 1.5 times that is 21. So 21 plus half is 21.5. Now, what about the series? S sub 40 for this sequence. Again, use this formula, n times a plus l by t. So 40 times 6 plus 123. From where did this 123 come? We had found the 40th term divided by 2. Solving this, we get 2580. S sub 40 for this sequence. We get 40 times 6 minus 111. Here, it's actually plus as per the formula, but here we have minus 111. So that's why 6 minus 111. Solving this, we get minus 2100. For the next sequence, arithmetic progression, S sub 125 is equal to 125 times 1.0 plus 13.4 divided by 2, which is equal to 900. For this sequence, we have S sub 15 is equal to 15 times A is half and A sub 15 is 21 and a half. So we have 10 times half plus 21 and a half divided by 2, which gives us 165. Now, a random question in between. Is Fibonacci sequence an arithmetic progression? You have to figure out and let me know in the comments. Now, let's say we have A is equal to 8 and D equal to minus 5. So our sequence would be what? 8 minus 5, 3. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. Minus 2 minus 5 is minus 7. Minus 7 minus 5 is minus 12 and so on. Now we have to find the 22nd term. Now first we are going to do it in a roundabout way and then we will look at the shortcut. We are going to use this formula. A sub 22 is equal to the sum of the first 22 terms minus sum of 21 terms, which will give us the 22nd term. So we know that the formula for the sum of n terms in a arithmetic progression is S is equal to n times A plus L by 2. Now L is A plus n minus 1D. So this A plus this A will give us 2A. So 2A plus n minus 1D. Okay, so let's use that to figure out the S sub 22. Sum of first 22 terms. So 22 by 2 times 2 times 8 plus 22 minus 1 times minus 5. So simplifying that, we get 11 times 16 plus 21 times minus 5, which gives us 11 times minus 89, which gives us minus 979. Similarly, we find the sum of the first 21 terms, which is equal to 21 by 2 times 2A, that is 2 times 8 plus n minus 1, 21 minus 1 times D times minus 5. Simplifying 21 by 2 times 16 plus 20 times minus 5, which gives us 16 minus 100. 21 by 2 times minus 84, which gives us minus 882. So now we subtract these two to get the 22nd term. So minus 979 minus 882, which gives us minus 97. Okay, now let's look at the shortcut. We know that the nth term is given by this formula. We could have directly used it, but the point is we did this to get used to working with series. So A sub 22 is equal to A plus n minus 1 times D, which is 8 plus 22 minus 1 times minus 5, which is equal to 8 plus 21 times minus 5, which is 8 minus 105, which is minus 97. Same answer. Okay, now homework for you. Given arithmetic progression with A equal to 3 and D equal to minus 5 by 2, generate the first 5 terms, find A sub 9, find S sub 9, and find the arithmetic mean of first 5 terms. Similarly for this, let's say we want to find the arithmetic mean of this sequence A sub 3 to A sub 22 in this arithmetic progression itself. So A3 to A22 is this -2, -7, -12, and so on up to -97. Because A sub 22, we found this here. So we have to figure out the mean of this. So again, we know the formula. Mean is equal to A sub 3 plus A sub 22 by 2. First term and the last term divided by 2. And we can directly use this -2 plus -97 by 2. Why? Because even though it is picked up from this arithmetic progression, remember any consecutive numbers from this original sequence is also an arithmetic progression. So since this is also an arithmetic progression, first plus last divided by 2 gives us the mean. So this gives us -99 by 2, which is -49.5. Arithmetic mean of A14 to A22 in this sequence itself. Again, same logic. We can directly take from A14 to A22. But we don't know A14. So let's figure out A14, which is equal to 8 plus 14 minus 1 times -5 using this formula, which gives us 8 minus 65, which is -57. So mean will be A14 plus A22 by 2, which is -57 plus -97 by 2, which is -154 by 2, which is -77. You may feel that I'm unnecessarily complicating things. But the point is, when you have to practice, it's sometimes very useful to do it in multiple ways. If you do it the long way, you will appreciate the shortcuts. And more importantly, if you forget the shortcuts, you can still do it the long way. So that was arithmetic progression summarization with respect to the nth term, the sequence, the series, and the mean. Now, if you found this session useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Questions, suggestions, and comments are always welcome. Thanks for watching. See you in the next session. That's it for now.